them. Now, the show's topic today, and I want you to know it's about, and I want you to hear this, Flynn. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a history before we start taking calls. Everybody's welcome to take calls 718-303-9090. SD, right? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Are you going to talk about everything
I
saw?
want you to talk about we're going to all talk about it. We're going to take calls, and I've been getting it. There's one of our leaders of Borough Park, Rabbi Yankee Daskal, and I put it all over WhatsApp. Is the Shomrim leader, an organization that helps protect many people.
It makes us have less cops in Borough Park.
Cops. When in the 70s and 80s, when it was crazy, these guys protected us, watched us, and so on. This man, throughout the last 30 years, has helped people who's gone to jail, helped them get them out a little bit easier. Bicycle grills on it, you know what I mean? He's done you could talk into the mic, Flynn, but he's done a lot for the community besides helping endorse many candidates, which he never endorsed me. People say, oh, he endorsed you. He never endorsed me. He doesn't owe me any money. I don't owe him any money. We've not done favors for each other. Yes, he's been good when I had somebody locked up to find out some information to help us see how we can get him out or where to find him. Yes, he's an
he was the one that was accused that I saw all over the media.
Right. So he was arrested this week for raping a
He's the president.
He's the president of the Shomrim, of this organization. Plus, he's a leader of the community, was president of a shul. He's done a lot for the community. And when people say something to him or he endorsed a candidate, most of the time, he's also a very big askin or leader of the bubble of a community. So what happened is this week, they arrested him out of the blue. And what was out of the blue? They said that he raped a 16-year-old girl. And I went on WhatsApp and said, it's not true. And they're saying, oh,
but how could you say something like that without knowing for sure?
This is my question. If she was molested,
I don't know, but let's wait.
But I want to finish my story before you guys argue with me. So you guys don't know the story. So people went on WhatsApp and Facebook. You're a molester. Let's check into your history. I have a great history of 30 years. I mean, you have this one guy, Izzy Cousins. I mean, this guy just went after me like a dog. Says, oh, you're a molester, an abuser because you defended him. I know the guy for 30 years. I know the backstory. One guy came on the on the thing, a doctor, and another guy, Saperstein. He says, "Oh, Heshy, we heard the tape and the transcripts." I said, "It's not possible. You're lying." And I spoke to somebody very deep.
There are.
But there is a controlled. So there is a control, and we found out about this control. And I just found out about it less than 2 hours ago. Now I knew about the controlled call. He said, and according to what I understand, is Yankee Daskal knew about the controlled call. He knew that they were taping him, and he has nothing on that tape that implements him at all. So you're all going to say, how could he be arrested? So I want to just tell you, first of all, when it's going to be that he spends hundreds of thousands of dollars, he's embarrassed, his reputation is ruined. So now they're saying, well, did he rape or did he not rape? We'll find out. Don't you have to
It's really simple. If he said that she was molested, then there's no proof. But rape, there's a rape center. Right. They literally can go inside you and check to see if he was there.
But this happened months ago. Now,
but they just came out now? Very convenient. Check if she's a virgin.
We spoke about this last week or two.
This happened 8 months.
Why do we not let
I think they can still check,
process, and bring evidence and the burden of proof before we pass judgment on somebody. I don't understand it.
Because the story reminds us of
it doesn't mean that he's guilty. It doesn't mean he's innocent.
But I want to finish the backstory. The backstory is that this girl was a trouble girl, which I know. It's not like you guys know. I know the backstory.
Right. Doesn't it remind us of the women's story?
But that was a real story.
That was a real story. I know this man. When I went on WhatsApp and when I went on Facebook and I went to tell the world his story, the truth and
because you said it didn't happen. That was your problem. If you would have said, I don't believe that it happened, but let's wait to see what the court says. Then people wouldn't have jumped on you. But how do you know for sure 1,000% that it didn't happen?
Now's your time to clarify.
It could be 99%, but don't say it didn't happen.
I agree. So let me give you the backstory. This girl was a trouble girl that he took her off the street. She lived by him for months.
Maybe he was an easy target.
Wait a minute. She lived by him for months. He took her to the kids. He gave her money. The father got upset that he couldn't see her. So a Yankee, as the show didn't let him. He's the one who pushed the kid. The kid made no complaints. He paid for her schooling, gave her money, did everything she wanted. Never had a problem before. She went to a therapist and boom, the therapist made this complaint. Now, there's no evidence. Now, you're going to say to me, Heshy, how do you arrest somebody with no evidence?
But don't get me wrong. I agree that it sounds like it might have been made up, but I'm not going to say it for sure didn't happen. So I just want the system to process it.
So I want to tell you about the system. 2 years ago, I was arrested for fighting with a sanitation police officer.
Really? You?
Yeah, she came
for
over.
What? Let's hear the story.
She gave everybody on 16th Avenue tickets. I was busy in the office, but my whole block came over to me, begged me to help, and I was stupid for $100 ticket, which I could have won. I took pictures of her. I had 13 witnesses standing there watching me do it. 13 people saw that I didn't go near her. Wait a minute, I'm going to tell you. She then went and said effing Jew, which another black man, because she's a black woman, I have a picture, I still keep her pictures, testified to the DA that she went and insulted me and said effing Jew. Then she went and posted a ticket on the wall, which I got upset with. I ripped the ticket off, threw it in the garbage. She says, while I ripped the ticket off, I touched her hand. She was laughing. She made fun. She walked away, picked up a phone call, and went away.
That was normal BS.
So 4 hours later, she comes back with the cops and they arrest me. I said, how are you arresting me? She had a witness. I said, she had no witnesses. She was there alone. I have 13 witnesses. They didn't even want to interview the witnesses. They went and just arrested me. I went through the system, costed me 10 grand. And then finally, the district attorney saw that I had the witnesses. I had the affidavits. I had black people.
Basically guilty until proven innocent.
Exactly.
Not innocent until proven guilty.
Right. Burden of proof comes onto you all of a sudden.
And when I got the case dismissed and I quit, she tried to sue me for workman's comp. Now I heard she got suspended. She had other issues, but they arrested me with zero evidence.
Exactly, that's how it always is.
And then I asked Dov Hikind for the video camera, and he didn't provide it with me either. He says the camera of the NYPD was not working because she was a police officer for the sanitation. And I ended up winning my ticket, which I was stupid, but it cost me so much money. So he's saying how people could be found guilty and arrested without evidence. Here it is. I'm right here. I'm standing before you. And I want you
just need probable cause to get arrested.
And here's the final thing. You know, OL has a lot of troubled girls.
It's not probable cause. Why is it probable cause?
Yeah.
They didn't check anything out on
They
this
didn't
guy.
check nothing.
The girl said he raped me, so they arrested him.
I heard that people
cause?
really hated this guy. Like,
Right.
I heard a really nice man who I never thought hated anyone talk about this guy in a way that he ripped people off, that he was not honest, that he abused his power.
But again, he did not rape the girl.
It's very possible, but this is him getting his.
So I just want you to know there was a story. You know Hocus Pocus, by the way? You ever saw that place, Hocus Pocus?
Nope.
Sounds
fun.
He used to rent costumes and so on.
Yeah.
It was a Mr. Lampelli took in a foster kid, and she was he used to have invalid children, so he adopted a child. The child went a little bad, started going crazy, threatened him and accused him of molesting and raping her. And he got in trouble and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. She finally went to a therapist and she felt bad when she got like 17 years old and she admitted that she lied.
And what happened to her?
What happened was nothing happened to her because she was still a minor.
Yeah,
and the therapist taped hours of conversation of her feeling bad lying, and they dropped the charges against him. But the hell he goes through. That's why my
I'm sorry, he needs to get paid.
And your name is forever tarnished also.
And he moved away. And I want you to know something. OL has a lot of special children that are troubled. But now we don't want to take these girls in because we're scared that anytime they get in trouble.
I think they should bring the lie detector back.
Okay, but the problem is we can't. Now these people you should have seen on Facebook. I mean, they were just sick in their brain, threatening me that they're gonna come beat me up. Another young lady says, "I'm a rapist myself. I'm the one who defends young children, boys and girls who are molested."
Because you're arguing with a bunch of idiots. They're kids. They're all kids.
I mean, you're talking
teenagers.
I'm saying, oh, she's the one. She's right and he's wrong. She's a troubled girl. I'm not saying that she.
Unless any of them were there to witness it.
I don't know what's going to happen in court. If it's going to be him versus her.
But they say they have a control call. Usually a call like this and transcripts are
What does this call mean? What does this call mean? Explain it to me.
A control call, what they did was they took her and they put her on the phone to call him. Mm-hmm. And the police
were the one.
The police the DA were listening into the call and they gave her questions what to say, and he answered. And supposedly he admitted to the months of abuse, which is not true. Which is 100, and he says it's not true.
So how come he admitted?
They say he says he didn't admit it. He took her call because she every time somebody, I also had people that were in trouble in my house, and even though you throw them out or they get in trouble, I have a young boy now doing drugs in the street. The mother put him on the street. He calls me, help me. I said, I can't take you in. You're still doing crack. Yeah, I'll give you $20, $40. Go pick it up in my office. But I'm scared of him. One of these guys, Nachi, by the way, is a guy on WhatsApp, Nachi, a young boy that was sent to me by Yeager's office or Hikind, one of his people, and he he keeps texting me all the time, playing games that he's a different kind of a person. And this Nachi, his game is that first he texts me a picture that he's an 80-year-old Holocaust survivor. And he says, effing stuff, how can you talk like this? And then he comes back, he says he's a 13-year-old girl. Then he says he's a 19-year-old boy. And he uses the same number. And then he deletes it when I tell him that I'm saving all his voice messages and pictures. So these people are looking to set you up to get you. And this is what happens. What I heard tonight, about an hour before I got here.
Why would the cops try to?
It's not him. Somebody hates you, so they set you up and they go to the cops. And then the cops have no choice but to arrest you, because if they don't arrest you and you're really an abuser, then they lose and something happens wrong. If they're wrong, big deal. They let you go and nothing happens to the kid. I heard an hour before somebody came over to me with some paperwork and showed me that they paid somebody off to make this fake claim to the parents. They gave the parents money to send her to make this claim of abuse.
I understand. Are you telling me that in an American court system, even if somebody is an adult right now, there's no consequences for putting a false claim, whether it's abuse or rape or anything? There's no consequences at all for anybody?
It seems like it. I couldn't even sue the sanitation worker, because since she's a city worker, it was more than 90 days or 120 days, and boom.
What happened to that girl that accused the Duke lacrosse team of rape and they were found innocent? Nothing?
Right, nothing.
She just walked away?
No, she needs to pay him like money or something for the rest of her life or something. Like, you ruined his life, you got to pay.
That was a long time. I'm saying, but how does it?
So they're all saying to me,
maybe they should publish that she's a rapist so that her life's equally ruined.
But in America today, innocent till proven guilty does not count.
It's guilty till proven innocent, which is horrible.
And this is wrong.
So the question is, we don't trust the justice system. Is that what I'm getting?
But you have to understand the emotions of her friends, okay? As far as they know, she's telling the truth. And here comes this guy.
She has no friends.
As far as they know, this guy, comes along and says that she's for sure lying, and they're all going to jump down.
I think a lie detector would say this.
I
trust it.
I agree with you. Let us take a lie detector.
Z, you have a brother or sister?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you know them well?
Very well.
Flynn, do you have a brother or sister?
Mm-hmm.
So you know them well, like you know them. You
know this person.
So
like
you know this person. So I know him for 30 years. Prayed with him. I know him. I've seen the goodness that the work he does.
Have you seen the bad he does?
I've seen everything.
Have you seen, like, apparently he screwed a lot of people over, and so many people are angry.
I feel like I wonder if a lot of people would say the same about me.
Right. People,
well, I could kind of. I thought. I guess it sounds like it could be.
No, they just think you're a general, but they don't think you screwed them over or cheated.
I get up 5 o'clock in the morning. I work from. I go to the hospitals. I volunteer.
Okay, but to your point,
people talk bad.
Where's most of the abuse in the world right now?
Talk bad about me.
Priests and people that are holy people.
Yeah, if you help people, does not make you not an abuser.
Everyone in those priests, church. If you would have told them, oh, do you know that your priest is abusing little kids? They would go, that's crazy. He's such a great man.
Doing good does not mean you don't do bad. It just means you're good at covering up.
But the guys are fighting. But there's a history with these guys. This guy Yankee Daskal.
What do you mean had a history?
He has a history of abusing his power.
Wait a minute. Did the Chema women had a history?
There was a few girls that came out against him. A few.
I'm just saying, if you asked anyone, priests, members of their church, do you believe that your priest was capable of doing such terrible things? I'd all say, no, he's a holy man.
We don't know what people are capable of.
Who the hell knows what people are doing behind closed doors? Again, I agree with you. I think probably 99%. But I can't say with definitive certainty that it's impossible.
You can't say, but I could say, because I've seen
crazy.
This guy in this
Doesn't
community.
matter.
He's
you can never know.
busy.
He could have dead people in his basement, and you'd have no idea.
No idea. How do you know?
But he's so nice. He helps little children. Still dead people.
It's always the ones that you never know. It's always the ones that are the best, the nicest people.
Yeah, the mean people suspect right away, so they have to be extra careful. That's why doing nice things is not.
Just let the system play itself out. I believe that he's innocent, and we'll let the court do the talking, and that's it. You don't have to say, I know 1,000% she's lying, because it's not.
But he's never going to be able to get back to his position. I think that was the point of doing this, is they don't want him there anymore because he was abusing his power. I mean, people said some. I didn't even understand who they were talking about, but he was saying how this guy cheated. That they really are against him.
I saw your name because I'm friends with the Seawold guy.
Legit. I don't think that's legit to say because you know him well enough. I mean, the story with the shooter in Las Vegas is the same thing. You asked the brother, would you have seen your brother being capable of doing something like that? He said, never in a million years.
So what do you want me to do? Not stand up for him like all these
other people? You could stand up for him. Just don't say 1,000% that she's lying and for sure that he's innocent.
In my heart, I mean, I'm telling you what I feel. You want to hear if I'm sure or not sure. In my heart, I feel me. I'm not asking you.
But by saying that, you're also discrediting her, and that's what probably pisses him off.
But the problem is you're crediting her that he did do this, and he is in America. I know you liberals believe that, right? But he's not guilty till proven proven innocent.
100%.
I mean, he's innocent till proven guilty.
We all agree on that.
You know, I have a guy now.
But we're all not going to say the 100%.
I have a guy now who adopted a girl from OL, and now he doesn't want to take in another girl. He's taking in a guy.
Girls ruining it for all the legitimate.
I have two girls that I help go through school, and the mothers are asking me to now talk to them a little bit more. I don't want to. I don't want to be involved.
It's like that with everything. People are afraid to give a woman a compliment at work because the next thing you know, they're slapping a sexual harassment lawsuit because you said, "Wow, I like your dress today."
And all these people,
society.
I want you to read this.
People actually got arrested for that. That's crazy.
Who the hell knows nowadays?
Right,
yeah.
But I want you to hear this guy. I mean, this really bothered me today.
Seawald? I saw
not Seawald. No, but yeah. But
I was just scrolling through Facebook. All of a sudden, I see a friend of mine randomly cursing out Harold Tischler, you're a piece. I was like, whoa, what did he do? Wow.
Right. One guy says, well, since you defended him, most likely you're a rapist.
Right, that makes
most
sense.
likely you're an abuser.
Well, who's the person saying that? What are they, a kid?
Right. And right. Especially this guy, Izzy Cousins, a pain in my neck. I couldn't believe the way he spoke. And he wouldn't even give me a shot, like say, oh, and I called him a pig and I called him a rat. And I said, I love all people. You know, you got to give everybody a shot. The truth will come out, but to make somebody else suffer and hurt because you wanted to make this thing, you're going to see now OL is going to suffer, and they're not going to be able to place a lot of these girls in the Jewish community.
People love making other people the bad guy because it makes them the better guy in their heads, but it doesn't actually.
It's called virtue
but the more people you accuse of hate and badness, that's more inside you.
So this guy, Rabbi Dasko, was arrested.
He's a rabbi?
He is a rabbi, but the point, he's a very smart man. My question, we're going to take a call. Z, your opinion. Now, you're saying you don't believe he's guilty, you don't believe he's not guilty, so what's the deal?
Believe, if I gun to my head, if I had to choose one, I'd probably say that he's not guilty. However,
but now you're hurting the kid, she's going to kill herself.
I'm not saying 1,000% sure. I'm saying I don't know, and I believe it sounds like to me like she might be making it up, but I'm not going to say 1,000% for sure that she's lying, because I don't know 1,000%, and nobody does unless they were there.
Is it even our place to judge, really? Let the courts figure it out, and if they figure it out
he wants to defend his friend. I understand that.
Yeah, that's fair. You can say, hey, if you did it or if you didn't do it, you did help a lot of people, and I'm sorry that it came to this.
And I want to give you some numbers. 25% of girls in high school, whether they're Jewish or not Jewish, have sexual affairs. Okay, out of the 25%, 30% of it have it with other young girls in the same gender. So you're telling me, and you know this is true, SD, from Beis Yaakov to Satmar to Baba, all these schools, the girls do have some kind of sexual desires when they're 13, 14, 15.
Especially when they're told they're not allowed to at all.
Told they're not allowed to, and if you catch them and give them trouble, they threaten you. They know how simple it is to say, hey, you threaten me, I'm going to just say you abuse me.
Yep.
That's a smart idea.
Right.
I mean, it's bad, but yeah.
And what's sad is that they're realizing more and more now how easy it is and how everyone runs to defend them, and who the hell knows what they're thinking.
But all these people all over Facebook and WhatsApp, they all
feeling alone, need backup, just accuse someone of rape.
Exactly. That's how simple it is. Or say you hit me or you battered me, a woman at home. Oh, he touched me, and boom, he's dead. You're out of the thing. That's why this mother.
Has a woman ever been accused of that?
I don't know, but this mother who has the boy on the street won't let him back in because she's scared that he's gonna say, "Oh, he was abused and he's doing crack and so on."
Well, he probably was abused if he's doing crack.
Oh, please!
I don't know by her, but by somebody. What do you mean? You're saying some people just go bad even though they're not abused? People don't just decide to go bad. It's because they're hurt.
Somebody used drugs by mistake.
Why are they using drugs? Because they've been abused and they don't know where else to do to shut out the pain.
Stop it! A lot of these kids in college, I see it. They used it as a recreational drug.
Because it's cool.
Then it's not heroin or crack. It's weed. It's big difference. Depends which drug.
Can we go one episode without talking about weed? Just one.
But they used it. They got addicted to it, and then they lost it.
We have such major good news to talk about today. We
good.
Talk on it. Yes. Today was an amazing day for the Jewish people. Where were you?
What just happened? I didn't hear it.
He's probably talking about the embassy in Jerusalem.
Yes.
They actually did it.
Do you have a caller? That you wanted to
no,
go ahead.
They got disconnected.
Well, are we done with the subject? Can we move on?
Well, I'm going to finish up with the subject right now. So I want to tell all of you right now that to what I understand, that people are telling you that there's a controlled call with tapes. The controlled call, to what I understand, is it does not implicate him in this thing. Yes, the girl went to a therapist, and the therapist went to blame him. I believe in my heart he didn't do it. I'm hoping they have enough evidence to put this man through hell, but they don't have it. That's why I believe in my heart that he's not guilty. And not only is he not guilty, I know him so many years. It doesn't make sense that he picked one out of all the many girls that he's counseled, out of all the many people who's come through.
Step forward now.
He even runs a school
Maybe
for
he's
girls.
The first maybe he's the first from many to come.
Okay, so that's what people are saying, and again, I don't believe it. Out of all of a sudden,
that's even scarier, by the way, because look what happens all the time.
Are you willing to change your mind? I mean, if next week or 2 weeks from now we'll have more girls coming out.
I'm always scared
but so
of that.
far I don't believe that is.
I'm always scared.
That's why I stood up for him.
Because one person sees, now's their chance. Oh, now let's jump out of the woodwork all of a sudden and say, oh yeah, all of a sudden 50 women said that this person did that and did this for 50 years, but he never said anything until now. Now's their chance.
Rabbi Jaskiel is a very close-knit family. They come and they go all the time.
He was very powerful. Maybe now he's less powerful. People will come forward.
Well, they want to take away everything. They want to close down the Shomrim as well. You know what I mean?
They want to close down the Shomrim?
That I saw. That's ridiculous.
Right.
That would be very scary.
Right.
Right. I don't need more cops in Borough Park giving us tickets.
We have
it's great when they're
3 people volunteering to help keep our neighborhoods extra safe. What's the downside?
Right, because one guy abused his power.
Because one person was accused of rape, so that's it. Shut the whole system down after thousands of extra arrests and people being. That's stupid. People love to overreact to everything.
That's true.
Every little thing. Oh, that's it. One person did something. That's it. Ban all the guns. Oh, ban this, ban that.
Right.
Like
someone slapped someone. Ban all the hands.
Exactly. Like it's just people don't think things through. Okay, so the head of Shomrim was accused of something. So shut everything down. That's it. It's over.
But my question to you is, how come I'm the only one to come out to defend him? Why is everybody so scared to defend?
I think a lot of people really hate him.
But still,
because
he has friends.
It's a very touchy subject.
He might have friends when he's powerful, and then when he's weak, they're like, "Oh, finally, we hate that guy."
First of all, I bet most of his friends aren't on social media the way that you are.
They all are, and by the way, they all read the newspapers.
Right. I mean, most of these people are. I mean, you would never know if in shul they basically come to defend him.
Yeah.
I mean, last weekend I had many conversations with friends who are still in the community, and they told me that they do think that the guy is innocent. You know,
okay,
because running an organization for so many years. I mean, think about it. If he really wants to do what he wants to do, why do it with a 16-year-old who lives in his house?
People are afraid of the pitchfork mob nowadays. The second the pitchfork mob labels you as a this or that, your life is over. So people want to keep their nose clean.
Very good, Z. I like that. Right.
Oh, that's it.
Everybody's. I am not afraid to voice my opinion.
You know something? If you were a rapist, then you wouldn't have you would have a problem defending him because you'd be afraid it's on you. It's only because you're not that you're like, I'm not afraid someone's going to accuse me of that because. Someone who's done it would never even support this guy because they want to be far away from it.
So they're telling me, again, this one woman, Yehudis Mathis, whatever, says to me on the Facebook, she says,
the Facebook.
Heshy, we know that most likely you're an abuser, so you're defending him.
No,
to push
an abuser wouldn't defend them because they'd be afraid that they'd be implicated. Only someone who's not an abuser wouldn't be afraid to say, because they don't think it would reflect on them.
Well, so, it just keeps getting worse.
People just love reasons to be angry at other people, so it makes them feel like they're a good guy.
And this is my favorite comment. Your show for re-victimizing a child rape victim, it is the people like you that make victims scared to go to the police. That's not true.
Yeah, it's people like you. I love when they just like put like, this issue, it's all on you. Heshy, wow, you are single-handedly responsible for so much. That's amazing.
He wishes he had that kind of power.
I wish I had that kind of power.
Yeah.
Let's take a call,
They give you so much credit.
Esty, take a call.
Yeah, just hold on.
Okay.
They give you way too much credit, yeah.
Right. You can call into the show, into the Just Enough Heshy Show, 718-303-9090. Ask for me, Esty or Z, and Flynn, and talk about any subject you want. But you know, and I know everybody, innocent until proven guilty, and I know it bothers you, and it bothers me as well, of child abuse or rape. But if you know that it's not true, you know, and I know, like by me, it happened to me, and I can't believe that it was just a garbage ticket, and they put me through the system, and they made me suffer.
How crazy it is,
right? Yeah. And just for that, the police punished me by putting me last on the list, so I can't go before a judge. I had to sleep overnight in jail. Just because they said that this sanitation fat pig liar of a woman, I mean, you're talking a fat pig.
Don't be racist against fat people?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I'm fat myself, but she was fatter. And she just wanted to have an easy life. I don't like liars. I don't like people who think they're going to get the easy way out. I work 14 hours a day, and I don't like that somebody says, this is what happened. Because she said it, she's right and he's wrong.
Yep.
It doesn't work like that.
She gets away totally scot-free.
She's going to get away scot, and you're going to see the truth comes out at the end of the day. Anyways, Esty, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about Jamula Jewelers. They're located at 944 Kings Highway. We're going to talk about the big news. 944 Kings Highway. You can call them at 718-336-1980. 718-336-9180. Jamula Jewelers, a family-owned business for over 40 years, specializing in diamond engagement rings, Trinity bands, and diamond jewelry. You can just go in again, 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980, Or you can go also, this is my favorite, ttstyles.com. She does wigs, makeup. She does special events for you. Her prices are wonderful. You can check out her photo shoots at teeteestyles.com, or you can email her at Tehila, Tehila, at teeteestyles.com, or or call her for a private interview, 718-675-6842, 718-675-6842. And of course, Green Line Building Solutions, where we help you with your stop work orders, your permits, with all your problems to run through the government agencies, with ECB violations, settlements, plans, permits, inspections. We're located on 16th Avenue and 54th Street, 5318 16th Avenue. You can call for a special appointment at 718-288-7844, 718-288-7844.
Yeah. We have Orchidia. They have a lunch buffet from 12 to 3 p.m. every day for $25 a person, including tea and coffee. They're located at 4815 12th Avenue. Mention the Just Enough Heshy Show, and you might get a red string that'll hopefully help you get married or ward off bad luck. I'm not really sure what it does, but it's very useful. Anyways, yeah, we must be. Mostly.
And I think that they're the only ones who have a lunch buffet.
They're the only ones who have a buffet in general.
One day I'm going to go over there, check it out, and put them out of business.
Are you kidding me?
They'll regret.
So amazing, their food.
Well,
nobody goes disappointed.
Tonight we're going to Pescata. Z. Esti's not coming, so let me see you do damage there.
Really? No, maybe I will. You're convincing me.
You got it.
So yeah, we have Pescata and Carne. So Pescata Carne is a meat restaurant. They have a meat restaurant. They make things like gnocchi. Gnocchi. Skirt steak, and they have amazing dishes that are delicious. They're located at 509 Avenue P. They have Pescata, New York, located at 1776 Ocean Avenue, Dairy Restaurant. If you want to meet up with us, maybe throw stuff at us. No, I'm kidding. Please don't. We'll be there tonight after the show.
I feel like a lot of people do want to throw stuff at Heshy today.
I think people just want to throw stuff at anybody, and they just have to find a person that's bad enough to
Speaking of throwing stuff at people, so today was a very big day.
By the way, Pescata gives you a 50% discount
15.
if you order.
15.
If you say the Just Enough Heshy Show.
Oh, so yeah. Oh, wow. Okay,
that is
guys.
a big discount.
Oh, can I give a piece of news before we go on?
Go ahead.
Me and Esti tomorrow are going to be sending out a WhatsApp video. We are declaring the big news that me and Esti are running for district leaders of the 48th district. I will be running on the man's side. Esti will be running on the women's side.
So what does that entail? What's your power?
Our power is to help appoint, when judges run for election, to pick with all the other district leaders to pick the right person to take the open seat at the time.
People have mercy and care and not just doing their job.
And we have to pick the right person, as well as we'll be in touch with other politicians who we can
Hopefully we can influence them in a positive
and navigate the people in trouble to speak to since we'll know the politicians better as elected officials.
Hopefully we can make a change.
Right, when you don't know where to go, if you call your councilman and doesn't pick up the phone, or your assemblyman doesn't pick up the phone, and we can then navigate you. By the way, Mr. Eichenstein was endorsed, Simcha Eichenstein, for assemblyman, and people are calling me, are you running for assembly against him? Right now, I want to see the issues that he brought up. I like him, but if it comes to a point that I'm not happy with what he's saying, yes, I'll put myself on the ballot. But no, he asked me, I told him, I'm telling everybody here, I'm not running for the assembly seat. Right now, it's open district leader. And yes, I did hear that our councilman, who wants to control our neighborhood with a lot of power, wants to run against me for the district leader seat. So be my guest, councilman. I love you. I respect you. But you should be doing your job and not trying to do 20 other jobs and control our town. Let me run for district leader. Let me show my thing that I can do. But if you want to run a race against me, I'm ready to rock and roll. And I'll be starting my campaign very shortly, like you. So be ready, everybody. It's going to be me against Jaeger for the Democratic seat. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he won't do it, because and I think it might be Mr. Schwartz. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed tomorrow's WhatsApp, because me and Esther are going to do it right there in front of Councilman Jaeger's office.
Yeah. Wow. Hey guys, this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. If you want to call in, you can reach us at 718-303-9090 and hopefully not throw things at us.
Go ahead, Z. Talk about your great news.
It's not just my great news. It's everybody's great news. And the best part about it is everybody is like completely shocked and like at the one hand people are happy, the other side people are shocked and horrified. But at the end of the day, what happened today was something that was supposed to happen 20 years ago. And what people forget, they make it sound like Donald Trump woke up one day and was like, hey, let's just like uproot the embassy from where it's been and just move it to Jerusalem.
Even according to Donald Trump, it should have happened 5 years from now. You know that, eh?
When? What? Should have happened 5 years from now?
Should have happened 5 years from now.
Why? I never heard that.
He wanted to open the embassy not today. It was supposed to open 2025.
So why did he do it sooner? Yeah. Oh.
Because his name is Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he was also supposed to cost $1 billion, and he was like, no, that's not going to happen.
I made it, but anyway, how is Trump like God? No matter what they do, nobody's ever happy.
I saw that. It's true, by the way, because they aren't happy. The people that hate Donald Trump, it doesn't matter what he does. So he actually opened up the embassy today. And there were millions of people for the last year been hearing about, no, he's not going to do it. He's just doing it, to gain traction with the Jewish vote and because he just wants to sound important and to stir the pot. But he actually did what he said he was going to do. So what do these people say? Oh, well, it's actually a bad thing to do because now, the Arabs are going to get upset and it's going to cause a problem in the Middle East.
Yeah, that's why. They didn't just find tons of nuclear stuff.
So here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize, okay? This wasn't Donald Trump's idea. It's not like the president could just wake up one day and decide to move an embassy because it's not a dictatorship we live in. We live in a country where there's a whole process of politics and there's a whole process for laws and for things like this to happen. This was actually passed in Congress over 20 years ago that the embassy should be moved to Jerusalem. And what happens is every single year the president has to sign an extension waiver saying that, no, we're going to delay it another 6 months, another 6 months. It's been going on for the last 20 years. So for the last 20 years, every single president, there's videos of it. It's not like I'm just making this up for myself. You could find them. They're out there. Videos of each president, Bush and Clinton and Obama, getting up there and saying, I will be the president to move the embassy to Jerusalem. And what happened? They all didn't do it. They all lied. Right? They didn't get it done. So Trump actually gets up there and says, I'm going to do it. And he does it. And now it's like everyone forgets that this was something that was supposed to happen for 20 years. It's unbelievable.
The funny part is he signed. The first time he did sign to postpone.
Yeah, because they had to work. And of course, right away, all you see is full of crap. Full of crap. So to me, like I said, the main thing that I'm happy about, aside from the fact that it's great now that the embassy is where it's supposed to be, but it's just such a good way to rub it in the face of all the people who made it sound like we're crazy for believing this could happen, that we're crazy for supporting a guy who seems to genuinely have Israel's and the Jewish people's best interests in heart. And at the same time, these people pretend that they care about Israel, they care about Jews, that they're liberal Jews, yet they violently and at every turn oppose a guy who ends up being the biggest friend that Israel ever had after years of saying that he's Hitler and he's this and he's that and he's the worst thing for the Jews. They're so stupid and backwards. There's nothing to say anymore. Like, how do they live with themselves waking up in the morning that the president that they said was going to be the worst thing to happen for the Jewish people ever ends up being the best? Like, if your compass is so backwards that you're literally going the opposite of reality, maybe it's time to sit there and think, well, maybe I don't know what the hell it is I'm talking about. Maybe I should reevaluate my positions. That's what you would think. But nope, doesn't happen. Even though the embassy actually opened, the Trump haters are still finding a way to criticize it. Oh, they only sent Ivanka there, and it wasn't. Why didn't they send the Secretary of State? And what are they doing there? Is because he doesn't care, and now he's going to get the Jews killed because of the Gaza protest. So while this is all happening,
good for him. He's doing what he believes is right. That's so amazing. And you know what? He doesn't care about getting
he's not
credit.
Doing it. He's not doing what he believes is right. He's doing what apparently every single president also said to believe was right. He's just the only one with the balls to actually pull it off. So what happened today? Thousands of Gazans, unfortunately, led by their horrible leadership, Hamas, decided they were going to protest this embassy.
How did they get into Jerusalem?
They didn't. By charging headfirst right into the border of Israel with, shouting death to Israel and carrying bombs and guns and whatever.
This is not being reported in the world news.
So what does the world news say? Israel kills.
No, they mentioned peaceful protests have been killed.
They make it sound like
those protests were not peaceful.
Yeah. There's tons of videos of showing all the things that they're doing. You would make it sound like Israel randomly just came over there and just started shooting people for no reason. The same thing would happen in any country if an armed horde of invaders was lined up against the border of any country in the world. This is exactly how their military would respond because that's their job. So if you want to blame people, and the best part is that now we have a State Department, we have a president, and we have people in charge who actually said it exactly like it is. They said, we blame Hamas for the deaths of these innocent people, not Israel. And that's exactly how it should be.
I think earlier I watched, I think it was ABC or MSNBC, and they were discussing, they had people on them, and they were discussing how this protest was so peaceful.
Yeah.
If a bystander listens in, he would have thought that these protests happened in the streets of Jerusalem or in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
But no, it did not happen over there. It happened because these people were trying to break the border,
exactly
get through.
Why would any country allow armed people to break into their border?
Were they armed?
Every country,
of course, they're armed.
Every country has a right to protect their borders.
They're armed.
I don't know. So what I thought would be a good
strange.
idea is instead of having like soldiers kill these people from Gaza and then it look bad, they should just put like little tripwires that get bombed. So it's like we didn't do anything. We just put wires there. I'm so sorry you walked into it.
They have plenty of those too.
Okay,
but eventually they keep on getting blown up. You got to replace them over and over again. So.
Oh.
But whatever. But the problem with mines also is that innocent people could go there, and then it's another crisis. Look, Israel's killing innocent people.
Wait, it'll say in big
some kid
letters.
was chasing a ball. You know, kid was chasing a ball and
yeah, they were sending kids.
Israel,
they actually sent kids. 6 kids died today, according to them.
It's sad. And don't get me wrong. I was discussing this with somebody on Facebook earlier, and I obviously I value human life, and I'm not happy that these people are getting killed. I'm sad that their leadership has twisted their mind into thinking that they're dying for some sort of noble cause, and that they're doing something productive, and that their twisted leadership has turned them into monsters who do want to genuinely kill other people. And at that point, they no longer become human to me. The second they decide they want to spend their life trying to kill us, so unfortunately, they have to go first. That's just
and
the
on that
reality
topic, the Palestinians actually wanted to prosper.
Yeah,
they had so many opportunities to become better.
They're
both educated.
burning the stuff that we're giving them. We're giving them gas, and they're burning it in protest. And
if they wanted, a better education, they could.
It's Hamas. I'm sure, and I'm sure, out of the millions of people in Gaza, I'm sure 90% of them want peace and want to live a normal life, but they're being held by these extremists, Hamas, and who the hell knows who else is over there
the
holding them.
Angry people yell the loudest.
And that's the reality, and the world can't understand that, and the world keeps on supporting them and furthering their problem instead of trying to support them and help them become better. They just make it sound like Israel's the one at fault and Israel is doing everything, and
the blame game.
It keeps on going around and around. Nothing will ever change. It's going to be the same. At some point, they're just going to have to realize we do not have any claim to this land. Let's just live in peace.
Okay.
And the life could go on.
Well, now, okay. So I got your gist of the thing. By the way, there's a couple of other countries like Guatemala.
Yeah, they all said they're going to move it to Jerusalem.
They're moving their embassies.
America leads first, and other little countries follow.
Man, everything's changing. This is so great.
We have real leadership, and people actually respect and care about what America does.
Let them hate him. I'm happy that he stands up for what he believes in. That's the noblest thing.
What are we talking about? Who's the he?
Trump.
Oh,
I heard somebody say today that we should be ashamed.
The things that he has done in less than a year, I cannot remember the last president. I think Lyndon.
Not even the whole
Johnson.
term. A year and a half. He's been in office.
He's the last president.
He's gotten so much done with so much against him.
Exactly. Imagine if they just stepped back and helped him and let the guy work. What he could do.
The last president who did as much as he did was Lyndon Johnson, and this is decades ago.
Yeah. But they didn't fight him in every tooth and nail for every single thing.
That's what's so great about having a president with his own money.
Peace. The guy ended a 60-year-old war in his second year in office, and nobody gets no credit.
No one discusses what he's done to ISIS.
Not exactly 95 or 99%.
No one even talks about ISIS anymore.
Because it's much more important to talk about.
What happened to them? I didn't even think. What happened to them?
They're 98% defeated.
Seriously, Trump did that.
Yep.
They're not gone. They're just in hiding.
They're very, very, very much. Defeated.
They
not
basically,
totally, but they're basically 90 to 99%.
In Iraq,
gone.
they had 50% of 45% of Iraq was under them. Right now, they're out. They're not in control.
Because it makes Trump look good, and they don't want to make Trump look good.
We should make a what Trump is doing station.
It's called Fox News, and thank God for them. They actually report the reality of the world.
So Fox News is pro-Trump? Or are they just stating the news?
If you have to ask that, then
they are pro-Trump.
Yes, they're conservative, so they definitely want to make Trump in a better light. But you don't even need to make it a better light. It's just reporting reality.
I think I saw this article that came in. I think it was a few days ago. The first time that I think the New York Post is the New York Post pro-Trump or anti-Trump?
No, they're very conservative.
They are conservative. Yeah. Okay, but they have this really good article about why the chaos that Trump brings to the world is actually very organized and how good that is.
Yeah, he's not a lunatic. He knows what he's doing.
Because the minute you throw chaos to the world, then you can accomplish much more.
Right. Well, in any business deal, you go in and both sides already are not close to each other. You go to court, and at the end you make
shake things up.
Look what he's doing. On June 12th, he's going to meet the North Korean president, and they're already starting to dismantle one of their nuclear sites. And everybody's screaming.
Since this last show, we also disassembled the Iran deal. Didn't that happen on Tuesday last week?
And
we missed it.
That's
another thing.
He's on fire. He's going to get reelected.
It's been the best week in American history. basically.
Yeah,
and yet
I would have never thought this guy's going to get elected again. Now I'm reconsidering.
I want you to. I was watching this morning, like about 5 in the morning before I left. I was watching one of the stock market shows. They were interviewing one of these feds from Chicago, a Fed president or a Fed seat lady from Chicago, and she said, "Well, unemployment is full." What does that mean? We're at 3.9%, but she says there's not going to be any more jobs. I mean, why? Why can't he even do better? There's plenty more jobs. Why? I bet you he's going to get unemployment down to.
I mean, the stock market is the highest that it's ever been.
Ever. It just keeps on going up and up and up.
Going up.
But here's where it gets so much sweeter, because they said when he gets voted in that it's going to crash. That's why it's so sweet. Trump is president. The stock market,
nuclear war.
Exactly. The world is going to end, and here we are 2 years later, and they still don't get it. They still talk about it.
Yeah, they were afraid that who's going to have the access to the black briefcase.
Yeah. Right. God forbid a lunatic is going to have it.
I love it. He just pretends to be a lunatic.
But you got to give them credit. They keep on coming up to bat every time. They strike out. They predict this wrong, predict that wrong, and here they are. The 30th prediction. This time we're right. I'm telling you.
I am a Democrat.
It's really interesting to see how much.
But I am a Democrat. I believe in these midterm elections, the Democrats are going to get crashed.
They're going to get their asses
right. But even though every time it says that the midterm elections usually change the Congress or the Senate,
people are so happy with the way
I believe things are so happy.
How could they not be?
Right.
I don't know if that's really going to happen. I know for sure Trump is going to get reaffected regarding the midterms in Congress and regional areas.
Well, we have to pray that the Republicans
the victim mentality and the identity politics is playing too much of a role.
Now, I want to give you a point. In all the history of all the presidents and vice presidents, most of the time the vice president stands in the background and he's like a token. He runs around. He helps out, but he's not so much in the limelight. If you look at Trump and Pence, they are working as a team. Pence is out there. Pence is actually taking charge of certain issues.
And you know what? They make fun of the guy.
Trump was a liberal till he took Pence on his team. You know that, yeah?
Pence is like a co-president. Sure, Trump is the boss, but he's allowing his people.
They literally mock the guy for his religious beliefs. And
regarding abortion, he changed his. Trump changed his mind.
But they're getting all angry that he's firing all the people. The man came in. He had to come in. He had to clean house. He kept some. It takes time to change the house. He says, "Listen, I can't work with these guys. Not that they're bad people.
Operation Clean Sweep.
Right? That's why, ladies and gentlemen, the new election is coming up. Me and Esty and Z, we're telling you it's time to retire, Dove. Zove retired.
Yes.
We're the ones who take credit for this. Now it's time for a clean
I've been
sweep.
saying that for 10 years.
And you know what, Councilman Yeager, you're not in charge of this town. We like you, but it's time for a clean sweep. New district leaders, me and Esty, new assemblymen, maybe some Chaykinstein if everything goes well. And we're hoping that we change our district. We make Borough Park and Flatbush great again. Again? Yes. And if you have any problems, you call me, 718-288-7844. Text me, call me. Don't be scared. Me and Esty, we will handle your problems.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Just don't discuss a Daskal when you call me.
You know what? I'm not scared. Wherever I walk today, everybody stops me in the street. Why do you do it? Why did you discuss Daskal? I'll tell you very simple. He's a community leader. He was the news.
I mean, someone has to stand up for him.
So
why
you? He still deserves respect.
I'll tell you why.
Why you?
Because all my life, I've always stood up for the weak. I've always stood up in shul when the rabbis were screaming at the little ones and hollering at them and saying, "Hey, you have no right to do it." When I was in yeshiva and the rebbes were hitting us and beating us, I'm the guy who stood there and took the smacks and said, "Hit me and beat me." I'm the one who fought the Italians when they came and attacked our yeshivas. I'm the one who always fought for the defenseless. And why do I do it? Because I'm stupid.
No, don't say that, because you believe in something. You believe in helping the weak.
It hurts me. You know, I recently got accepted to read stories for some cancer children. And everybody says, "Hey, why are you doing more? You have nothing better what to do."
That's a job. You can read stories to people? I'm great at that.
Yeah, you should join us. And the beauty of it is that all they want is somebody to read to them, to smile to them.
Pay them a little attention.
This week we had a guest in our house, a young boy from Long Island. And I made him come on my trip. We go to visit an older lady to say Kiddush. We go to the hospital. We go knock on an old man's door. And when we left the lady's house, he says, "Hey, she didn't need you to come. She had other people there. Why did you come?" I said, "Did you see her smile when I came in? Did you see that I had to sit there? I had to eat her children. When we went home, we had so much food." I said, "But you have to do this because these are the things that make other people happy." And every time I say I don't want to do it, but she loves me and I love other people, except for Lipa Taliban and Sam Solomon, who put 100 Jews in jail, and those Nazis should burn in hell. now. Yes, I will say my piece.
Who is Liebet about?
These guys use people's names, forged signatures, and they were and abused women. That nobody came out. And you know what the prosecution did? He abused women. He attacked women.
Is this mortgage fraud?
He did immigration fraud. He used all of our names. We got in trouble. He got off the hook because everybody was scared, and the government allowed him to get off the hook with abusing women, and nobody said a word. Nobody said a word. But over here, this guy has and there was evidence against him. And that evidence against he was supposed to sit in jail for 20 years. They let him go because he went and gave up 100 other people. But you know what? Here, this guy did nothing. There's no evidence. No other girls coming out. I'd like to see.
I think that should be illegal. I hate it when they say, oh, if you give us information, then we're going to let you. Oh, I'm sorry, you're a criminal. But so if I went and raped 10 people and then I'm going to give them the leader of ISIS and they're just going to let me go free, that's terrible. Well, it needs to be burned.
They don't usually let them go free. They give them a reduced sentence.
No.
Or they let him go.
I'm sorry. We should not encourage ratting people out unless they're so
Absolutely,
terrible.
they should.
Excuse me.
They should. That's how it works.
Unless people are dying, I'm sorry. Making people betray themselves sounds horrible.
It's generally only done with crimes.
Like immigration crime is not a serious crime.
They took down the drug cartel like that.
Right, with drugs.
Because people were snitching each other out. If not, we would have still had the Al Capones. We would have still had the five families.
No, that's not
Again,
true.
it's like the government is our parents. I'm not
That's how you bring down the mafia. That's how you bring down these things.
They became informants. If not, we would have still had the mafia.
Informants is people choosing to help out the government. It's not betraying someone.
You got it all. They get caught and they say, we'll give you a reduced sentence.
You're wrong. The government could have caught them and put them away. What the government wanted was, first of all, an easy route, and the government wanted to know where all the money was so they can take it. That's what the government wanted. They wanted more than just arrest these guys and put them away. They allowed them to continue murdering Al Capone and other people like that. They allowed them to continue in their criminal ways till they got more evidence or they were able to get more money. This is what I'm upset about. You know, there's a law in New York City that you can't idle your car, Z.
You can't watch your car?
You can't sit in your car idling.
Technically, they give you a huge ticket.
But everybody does that. Wait,
right,
what?
Right. You can't idle your car.
What's if you're smoking?
Buses also. They
Are you allowed
give
to smoke in your car?
I always see signs of a bus idles. It's like a $2,000
Wait, you're not allowed to smoke in your car?
No, you can't shut off your car and find a parking
it has to still be on.
Now, the city of New York.
I think it's 2 to 5 minutes.
Whatever. And the city of New York now is encouraging their neighbors to take a picture and send it to them, telling you which is his license plate, who's idling his car so they can send him a ticket in the mail.
Sorry, what? I don't understand. What does idling in the car mean? It has to be on or has to be off?
It has to be off. You can't have your car running while you're sitting there and park.
Why?
Because
it's bad for the environment.
Bad for the environment.
But I do that all the time.
And if I
on the way,
nobody really cares about that. They don't really give tickets.
What if you're waiting for someone to come into your car and it takes them 20 minutes to get dressed? That's your problem? You have to shut off the car. You don't know how long it's going to take.
So what happens if an Uber shows up at your place?
Yeah.
And if he has to wait more than 5
doesn't
6
usually
minutes?
happen.
He doesn't happen, but he has to shut up. He has to shut off his car.
But he doesn't know when you're going to be out.
Right. And all these taxi cabs that will park. And by the way, guys, I just want to give you an update since the last election. I like people are checking my accounts, my campaign finance. But again, they're coming after me again. And 100 people are saying Mazel Tov on WhatsApp and Facebook. Everybody's commenting how great we're doing. And other people are saying, who is Esty Pincus? I want you to know, you'll all find out how great of a job Esty is. She's an intelligent, smart, beautiful woman who knows how to help and love other people.
That's true.
We're going to put ourselves on the ballot. We're going to get ourselves 3,000 signatures, and we will see how to help. And make Borough
and we're going to tell you at
great.
the time to just come to Heshy's office, so we don't have to go search for you guys. You can just come and just give us a signature for free, and just say hi to the candidates.
But tomorrow, be ready for a great WhatsApp video. Me and Esty are going to do it.
What's your plan exactly?
Our plan is to get on the ballot, to say the issues, and if somebody's going to run against us, we're going to bring up their issues. Since the last election, I have no complaints on Mr. Yeager. He's a nice man. I've met him at a couple of events. I talked to him. I was running around with him. We were eating at a real estate event recently, and I asked him simply, what about the parking situation? We just lost another 120 parking spots.
What? How?
Where? Kings Highway. They took away 120 parking spots.
Oh my gosh, they are insane.
And what about the double parking buses? What about the alternate
side and what?
promise?
We're screwed.
I think it's from East 19 and down. They're taking, or somewhere around there, just came out. They're taking it away. Why is our budget increased by 1.7 billion? You're telling me there's no way to cut. And here's my worst part: $168 million was assigned to schools. Where is that money? He's on the oversight committee. Why haven't I not seen any reports published where that money has been sent? And my worst part is when Yafed, the Yafed, it's against the Jewish schools, they made a protest or some kind of a city hall thing. None of the politicians were there. They all said they're going to stop them, but this guy was there with Mayor de Blasio's team, and he was getting more powerful. Where were I went. Where was the opposition of our?
What side were you on?
I'm against Yafed.
Why?
Because I like some of the ideas, but they want to do sex classes in our schools. They have some.
Let them have it. We wouldn't have a Daskal story.
We should.
If this girl would have known about it, I don't think this would have happened in the first place.
These girls know about it.
No, that's not true.
Right? Well,
how do you know what they do and do not know?
They're making it a bus.
So with all the money that's coming in,
but forcing these kids to know about this stuff, that should be a parent's job. I don't know.
That's right. But she didn't have a parent. Everybody, this was another wonderful show.
They're making it a bus lane? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they're making more bus lanes, bike lanes. Anyways, everybody, thank you for listening to the Just Enough Heshy Show. Flynn, it was great having you on the show. Z, by the way, next week we're going to be off there due to the Jewish holiday.
All right.
And I will be in Israel praying for all of you, praying for me and Esther. When we come back, we'll be getting signatures.
And praying for Daskal for a fair trial.
And we are praying for a fair trial to see if he's innocent or guilty. Which
we have to even suggest that.
I know, right? We have to pray that he gets a fair trial. And he's not going to get it. I hope he's innocent. I know he's innocent. I hope you all pray for him. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, and see you in 2 weeks back on Just Enough Heshy Show on channel 620 a.m. at 9 p.m. SD, I love you. Z, I love you. Flynn, I'm taking a breath.